Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Growth Lounge. You know we're all about leveling up.
Yeah.
And today we're going to deep dive into something, that I think can really make a difference, and that's active listening.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's something
It's so powerful.
we hear about. We all think we're doing it,
Right.
but are we really?
That's the question.
Yeah, and so that's what we're going to unpack today.
Love that.
So we're talking about active listening, not just
Yeah.
hearing the words, but really like
Truly understanding.
empathizing and
Empathizing and responding.
Yes, and we have a great source today that kind of defines active listening as being present,
Yes.
empathetic, and responding with intention.
All about intention.
But that's more than just, nodding along or saying,
yeah. Totally.
It's about really
Engaging.
Yeah. So why is that so important?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said engaging. When we actively listen to someone, we're telling them, I see you, I hear you,
Yeah,
I value what you're saying,
right.
and that builds so much trust.
In a relationship.
Yeah, because it shows that you
Yeah,
respect them and you
absolutely.
value their
See?
perspective.
And that validation is huge.
Yeah.
It makes people feel seen and heard.
You know, and I was thinking about this, and I know for me, like, one of the biggest struggles I have is staying present,
Oh, yeah. Distractions are everywhere.
especially, like, in the world we live in today.
Right.
There's so much vying for our attention.
Phones, digging emails popping up.
You know the TV's on in the background.
It's a lot.
So how do we combat that?
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
recognize that it's a challenge.
Okay.
We all face it. And then we can be intentional about minimizing those distractions.
Okay, so
What are some practical things
practical tips.
that we can do?
Put the phone away,
Okay.
turn off notifications,
Love it.
and just create a space
Yeah.
where you can focus on the person in front of you.
Yeah. That's so key.
It really is.
And it really shows that you're prioritizing them.
It's a gift
It is.
to give someone your undivided attention.
And the source also mentioned asking clarifying questions.
Yes.
But how do we do that?
Yeah.
Without interrupting or,
Yeah.
making it seem like we're...
Right, like you're interrogating them.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about timing and tone.
Okay.
Wait for natural pauses in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And when you ask your question, use phrases that show genuine curiosity.
Okay.
Instead of saying, but what about this?
Right.
Try saying, help me understand this,
Yeah.
or can you elaborate on that?
Oh, I like that.
It invites them to share more,
It does.
rather than challenging them.
It feels more collaborative.
Exactly.
And then there's nonverbals.
Oh, yes, body language is huge.
Yeah, because I know if somebody is looking over my shoulder or checking their phone while I'm talking.
Exactly.
That's so distracting.
It doesn't make you feel very heard.
Yeah.
So when we're actively listening, we need to make sure our body language is conveying attentiveness, eye contact, nodding.
Leaning in.
All of that shows that you're present.
It does. And it's funny because it made me think of this poem by David White.
I love David White.
And it says, the most human and powerful response to another human being's pain is to say, me too.
That's beautiful.
It's like that feeling of being understood
Yeah.
is so
validating.
powerful.
Yeah.
And you know what you were saying about trust and conflict resolution? It reminded me of something that happened to me.
Tell me.
It wasn't really me. It was more observing.
Okay.
A situation where I saw the power of active listening.
Love this.
So I was at a conference, and there was this panel discussion.
Okay.
And there were these two experts who had very different viewpoints,
Oh.
on this particular topic.
It happened.
And at first it was like a
Yeah.
back and forth.
A little heated.
They were kind of talking over each other. But then the moderator stepped in and really encouraged them to listen to each other
Oh, wow.
and to ask clarifying questions. And it was amazing to see the shift that happened.
Yeah.
Once they started really listening to each other, they were able to find some common ground
That's so powerful.
and have a much more productive conversation.
It's amazing how active listening can transform a situation.
It is.
From conflict to connection.
Yeah.
And it's a skill we can all develop.
And it's something that we can all benefit from.
Absolutely.
So to wrap up, active listening is a superpower.
It really is.
It can help us build stronger relationships, resolve conflicts, and just create a more understanding and compassionate world.
I love that.
So as you go about your day-to-day, I challenge you to really practice active listening.
Pay attention.
See how it impacts your interactions. And I think you'll be amazed by the results. Awesome. Well, that's it for today's deep dive on active listening. For more on this topic and other personal growth tips, you can follow us on Instagram and YouTube at The Uplift Space. And be sure to subscribe to The Growth Lounge on Spotify. Until next time, keep growing.